All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and we got some news for tonight's update for Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross. So I wanted to take a moment here to just share my thoughts on it because I had a couple people hit me up on Discord asking me if I'm gonna be summoning because they know I rock with the boy Bond heavily. Right, and we are getting the final version. Well, for now, anyways, the final version of Bond, the blue nunchuck Bond, the ale collector Bond, the Bond that destroys Red Demon, the one that many people have been waiting on for Red Demon. When the Hell version comes out, he's probably going to be the best character for that. So some of you guys who followed me from my previous channel, right, you know I love Bond. I was posting about him over there, and you are wondering if I am going to be summoning. The answer, just like I said on Discord, boys, no. We are not summoning. We are just going to wait it out. If he gets added to the part 1 or the part 2 ticket, eventually I will pick him up from there because I'm going to have tickets eventually, right? But besides that, I am not summoning for this Bond because even though I think he has a very interesting kit, I really like his passive, right? The Extort Defense passive looks really cool. It might not turn out to be as good as it seems in PvP, but it looks pretty interesting, right? The ability to increase his own defense by 50% of all the enemy's defenses is very intriguing to me, especially in a heavily saturated mono red. Like I'm saying, PvP meta, it will be very interesting to see how this blue bond would operate, right? It would have been better if this actually cancels buff instead of stances. Imagine that. Rank 2 just cancels the buffs. Man, that would be mental. But it's fine. Because his entire purpose, from what I can tell from JP and stuff, is for extreme red demon or hell red demon, right? Because of the fact that he is blue and he can reduce their defense and he hits really hard, right? The multiplier is actually pretty nice, but the thing is, you don't really need to summon for this bond because we already have a blue nunchuck bond that hits, well, not a nunchuck bond, but yeah, we already have a blue bond SSR version that you can use in Red Demon if you want to, right? And he has charge, which ignores defense. And if you look at the multipliers, it's 200, 300, and 500, which is pretty damn close to what we have on this bond right here. It's 240, 300, and 500. The first active skill on this bond is actually this one right here. Is actually better than the Ale Collector bond because this is charged, which means it ignores their defense. However, the second card for the Ale Collector bond is actually better because it reduces their defense, whereas this one reduces their attack. Well, this one is better for survivability purposes, but the other one is just better for doing more damage. So there is that you need to consider. But I already have this bond, so worst case scenario, hell drops and I don't have the Ale Collector bond, I'll just rock with the Outlaw bond until I get this one, right? Or I'll just rock with blue SR Eren, who I already have at 6'6", level 80. He has evasion, he has good damage on his attack card, so I'll rock with that and make it work until I get my hands on this guy. I am not going to be summoning, boys. That's the end of that. What I am hyped for is the possibility of a 7 Deadly Sins banner, right? I seen a couple people talking about it, saying that we could be getting a banner for all of the sins, coin shop units included, right? And it's a banner where if you spend, I believe the maximum you can spend is 300 diamonds, so there's a limit. So if you're free to play, you don't have to worry about getting that adrenaline rush and spending all your diamonds, right? There is apparently a limit on these type of banners. It's a 7% chance to pull the sins, which includes Blue King, Green Escanor, Red Escanor, which is pretty crazy, right? If Red Escanor immediately comes back on a banner before he even gets added to the coin shop, imagine that, right? But Blue King, Red Gold, pretty much all of the sins, including Green Merlin, Blue Merlin, etc., are going to possibly be on this special draw, which, if that's the case, boys, I'm spending. You know what I'm saying? I'm saving here, right, by not going after this bond, but I'm definitely going to try my luck to see if I can 6-6 a couple of my coin shop units. I already have King done, but I'm missing a couple dupes on Gother, a couple on Merlin, a couple on Bond, a couple on like Escanor, green and red, right? So yeah, this is a no-brainer. Even if you're free to play, if there's a 7% chance to pull a Sin, boys, I'm going in all 300, and that's the end of that, right? This Scrapmaster Giant Hawk event is apparently an event on JP, which we're getting on Global, that gave out cosmetics for the Attack on Titan characters, which is really, really good. So we're going to be getting Cleaning Levi, which I'm looking forward to. I might actually pick up a couple of the cosmetics for the collab units because Mikasa looks really good. I like Eren, the SR version. I don't really rock too heavily with the Titan transforming Eren because you have to do so much setup, so much prep, get your ult transformed and get your ult again. It's just too much work, right? So there's that. Not really feeling him too much. Levi's pretty good too. So I might pick up some cosmetics before they go away. Not saying you guys should. I'm just saying what I am going to do. There's also something that I am very, very, very excited about. This is the main reason why I wanted to make this video. Boys, if you have been slacking, stop slacking, because the Salvage Super and Ultra success rate is going to be increased when the update goes live in a couple hours, which means now is the perfect time to +1 or +5 your SSR and your SR gear, turn them into the Yan, crush them babies, get some blue stones or some gold stones, and then just upgrade your gear. Right? Upgrade your gear, whether you're making UR gear or just getting all of your gear to 5-star awaken +5, so you can actually keep up with the whales or the hardcore free-to-play players. Because if you don't and you miss out on taking full advantage of this event, you are going to get left behind. I expect, right? I expect by the end of this Salvage event, the average CC in geared PvP, wherever you are, whatever you were seeing before, to go up by at least 5 to 10k, right? So if you were seeing 160s, right, and you were having a hard time, expect to start seeing 170s, right, depending on where you are, what bracket you are. So if you're in Challenger and you are running into like 180, 190, 200 CC, expect to be seeing more like 190, 195, 200 more consistently without even people using CC or HP food. Right, because generally when we get these Salvage events, that's when people go balls to the wall. They grind up a bunch of gear, they crush it, they awaken, they freaking UR gear for people, and they spend a whole heap of gold on the gear gotcha to get anvils and hammers, right? So that's what you need to make sure you are doing. Farm the boss stages, get all the runes that you need. Anything you don't need, your +5, you throw it away. When half stamina for free stages come around, you make sure that you grind up all the gear you can, and then you crush it and get your stones, and then any gold you have before this thing ends, you blow it on the gear. Gotcha. It kind of sucks that many of us skipped over gold farming in the last time it was around because of the AOT collab, because we thought there was going to be an event that allowed us to farm a bunch of blue stones. They nerfed that event. We skipped gold farming, and now here comes the Salvage event, and many of us are short, I would say 40-50 million gold that we could have gotten on that weekend, myself included. So that kind of sucks. I feel for those of you guys who skipped over that, right? But that's just what it is. There's going to be a new event for bonds, or possibly a way to get some pendants. So you might actually have to use blue bond, but you could just use your friends, or maybe they'll allow you to use another version of bond. That would be cool. I'm pretty sure they're going to like do that. And interesting, this week, well, bond, since we're getting a new bond is getting UR gear. That's good because bond is not really meta right now, so maybe he could come back. However, with mono red out there like that, will green bond see that much play? I don't know, but Slater and Twigo, interesting choices. I like it. I personally was hoping for Gother just because I use Gother a lot, right? So UR gear for him would make me very happy, but a lot of people would not be happy about that. It'd be like that maybe next week. Maybe next week is going to be Gother's turn, right? I'm hoping, right? Because right after Bond, we did get Merlin and Gother, so maybe it's Merlin next. I don't know. We'll see. But then we have some new bundles, which these are all trash. These are all trash. I never buy this. Why would you ever buy demon parts? Just play the bloody game and farm, right? So there's a special gold bundle. Don't care about that. This is very interesting though, boys. So now there's gonna be rules for PvP. So from 8.3 to 8.23 applies an effect which increases HP related stats by 10% when an ally dies, which is crazy. I wonder if this happens every time an ally dies. So when you're down to your last person, you're gonna have like what, 40% more HP? That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Wow. Okay, so then there's a weekly buff. Increases damage dealt. So from 8.3 to 8.9, increases damage dealt with attribute advantage by 30% and decrease damage dealt with attribute disadvantage by 40%. So yeah, this week Mono Red is not going to be doing nothing, bro, because Pen is gonna be the truth. Mono Red going into hiding. Mono Red going into hiding, boys. Because, yeah, Lilia, blue. Demon Meliodas, blue. You see what I'm saying? Like 203 units. And Demon Meliodas is the one that's doing most of the work. So he's gonna have a major advantage in terms of damage output and the amount of damage that he's taking. So, yeah. Mono Red is going to be on the back burner. Pen is going to come back, which means Valenti might come back as well, because Valenti is going to be able to cock these Meliodas teams, right? I see what they're doing. And then the second week decreases all heroes' damage taken by 50% when assuming stances. So counter melee, wow, counter melee might actually see some play. Green counter melee might come back, eh? Imagine that. Or maybe they'll drop Estarossa finally. Maybe we'll get a double banner for red and green Estarossa. Maybe that's what they're trying to set up. Increases damage dealt by increases damage dealt with single target attacks by 50%. So basically, Escanor, Ikimas, or Eskimo Elegant Blow is gonna be freaking one tapping people, bro, or two tapping. Like, it's crazy. That's gonna be mental. These rules are only for elite though. They're not for ungeared, which is, I guess, good, right? Because most of the free-to-play players, they only play ungeared, so I guess they won't be affected too much by this. But it's interesting. Okay, so what's gonna be ending is the success increase and then dissatisfaction. Okay. Besides that, is just some bug fixes. The only thing here that matters is the fact that they they messed up on Diane's passive by changing it to allies, and then they're changing it back to her own like thing. So it only buffs her. And then here the cosmetics weren't displaying before, right? So I was missing a bunch of cosmetics and it was really annoying me. I wasn't sure if I was getting the stats or not. So that's good. Finally, these are coming back. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave me your thoughts in the comments, man. Are you guys hyped for this week? The Hawk event for some new cosmetics for your Levi, maybe your Aaron and Mikasa as well. And you are geared for Bond. But what I'm excited for is this, man. So I'm gonna be blowing out a bunch of gold and seeing what I can get and how much progression I can make. So catch you guys in the next one. Peace.